Saturday was the Black Effect Podcast Festival, and the entire gang was blessed with tickets from the Charlamagne the God.
Yeah.
He sent us over some tickets.
It's always nice when your friends have rich dads.
Yeah.
It's just a little, you get the back end.
So, he sent the message over, said how many y'all need. Said we need about 5. They sent 6.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
We use 4.
And we use, facts. So, we use 5.
Yeah,
we use 5. And we not only did we get that, we got outside of just like thanking Charlamagne for the tickets, it's also I want to thank Charlamagne for the hospitality that his team showed us at the event outside of that. So it wasn't that just, obviously he comped our tickets for us, but he connected me with the people that was helping run things. If I need anything, reach out to them. We got talent passes. We got VIP passes.
It was beautiful.
We didn't just get GA, general admission. We got full range of whatever the fuck we wanted to do.
Yeah,
we were taking care of.
We got the cool people package.
Pretty much,
just because we're cool. But shout out to all the vendors. I didn't bring I took all the pamphlets, but shout out to all the vendors that were there. And the hat you're wearing. You didn't wear your hat, white man.
I wore it yesterday.
It doesn't count. But watch LOY for that.
He's got on the white man's hat.
That fly ass hat. Did you happen to remember the brand?
I can't remember, but I'll have you in the description. I'm so sorry, yo. I'll have you in the description for sure, and not just the hat, the pin too on the side. Got that. I got a 3 for 20 deal, 3 for 40 deal.
Yeah,
I'll make sure I link everybody's stuff in the description, and I'll tag y'all on Instagram because today there's going to be a post on Instagram, a collab post of our everything that we did. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody will be rightfully tagged and everything, just because I didn't get a chance to like go through and jot the names down again.
Literally.
But for sure, thank you for the Charlamagne for even giving us that opportunity and making it happen for us. We drove down there. We got to run a car. A vlog is going to be coming. So, we
you want to see him buy this hat and that fire ass pin?
Homeroom University, bro, we were gone for 24 hours straight. So we left at 5:30 a.m. and we got back into Raleigh at 3:30 a.m. and then waited 30 minutes for the rental car place to open so we could drop the car off.
My head hit my pillow at 5:18.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay.
By the time I got home and showered, I was pretty much in bed by like 5:15, 5:30.
Yeah, 6. Man.
But nah, man, shout out Mr. Chestnut. Nah, what was you about to say?
But the people, though, this is what needs to be stressed. Before we jump into reviewing how we enjoyed the event or whatever like that, any critique for the event, y'all classmates was in that bitch. The classmates were in attendance, bro. Like, y'all was fucking with us. Y'all came up to us. We took pictures with people. We had long convos with people. I bumped some cigarettes from niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
but he didn't want to give you that cigarette.
And don't say it so sneakily. That it was a very fiendish thing of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
That was only the security guard that was a little like hesitant.
He was a little like, nigga, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, you got a cigarette? He was like, yeah. I was like, so can I get one?
And I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't that much confidence in you. It was a lot of humbleness. Actually, it was like, hey, did you have another one?
Yeah,
it was more like that, nigga. It wasn't like straight front. But nah, man, big shout out to y'all. Jesus.
No, I got we got some of the names. You were listing them off.
But Reason to Doubt. Shout out to them good brothers. Very cool. You know what I mean? We got a
new power forward.
The most beautiful short guy. I don't think that what he is, but that is his name.
Self-proclaimed.
Him and his brother got a podcast too, but that is their IG. The most beautiful short guy.
That's why I bummed the cigarette from.
Really?
Yeah, the homie with the freeform locks.
Damn, you was bumming a lot of cigarettes.
No, I wasn't.
God damn.
Well, I was because I only came there with like 3.
You bumped 2 cigarettes.
August 4th photography.
Fucking
shout out to you for sure.
He was solid.
Who else?
A lot of solid individuals.
Justin from Supreme Pod God.
That was the reason.
Reason to Doubt.
What's that one good brother who
A King? Shout out to A King.
Yeah.
A King. Shout out to him because he's been fucking with us for a while. That picture will be posted tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we really connected with a lot of people, ran into people, more people that we, ran into damn near a lot of people that we talk about.
We
Yeah,
saw
everybody.
we saw a couple people. We saw some slow moving animals.
We did actually. Yeah.
I guess there's nothing to talk about them, but
Nothing to talk about really.
shout out to Big Sloth. You know,
But
we
we did. You know, the zoo was there. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Sloth was in attendance, so
But yeah, outside of that, let's jump into this review of the actual event. So it was hosted by Pretty V and B-Dot. And overall, the event was good. It was everything started on time. The venue was nice. Pullman Yards, let's just start. Let's take it from the beginning.
It was
like
so ground
as
up?
you walk, ground up. Walk up. The venue's nice. It's like a barn. The weather was fucking perfect too. So that
weather was
helped.
optimal.
Yeah, the weather was optimal. That
it
helped a
rained
lot,
and we
too.
didn't notice. It was probably for about 30 seconds. It felt like.
Yeah. And the venue, imagine like a cool ass refurbished warehouse.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
what it is.
Yep.
So it was great. It was kind of
100%
open.
open, but a good sound system in there.
Mm-hmm.
Stage, screen.
Sound, let's be honest.
Okay, go
sound
ahead.
system was a little janky. It was a lot, and that could have been because a lot of people were talking. But
I
at
think
the end,
that's what it was.
the sound stopped where the seats were.
That's
there
true.
was no more speakers like past that point, so
That's
that
true.
caused a lot of problems. But
But
that's
even-
petty.
but
It's
the
like-
speakers carried
They carried
outside.
further because even
Yeah.
beyond that, I can hear what they
Yeah.
were saying.
because
even
there
when
were
I wasn't-
speakers
There were speakers outside.
You
Because
get
there
what I'm
were speakers
saying?
outside.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, behind the seats, I could still hear pretty clearly.
It
what
was
going on.
audible, but
It was
if you
audible,
were
yeah.
if you were actually trying to learn
I know
something
what you
back
mean.
there,
Yeah.
probably wasn't
But you
happening.
got to step
Yeah.
up to the front to get that.
But
But
man,
you know, he's hard to please. It wasn't
I mean,
that bad.
I said that there though.
But
I
the
said
outdoor
that there.
section was cool. You walk in, it's the outdoor section first. You know what I'm saying? When you walk in,
Look, the vendors. Big shout out to the vendors. Those wings, man. Those wings.
yeah,
those wings were tough.
My first time
Yeah.
having wings in Atlanta, I wasn't disappointed.
Hole in the
Okay.
wall.
All right.
Best chicken tenders I've ever
Oh yeah,
had.
it was called Hole in the Wall.
Called Hole in the Wall, I
Hole
think.
in the
Yeah.
Wall food
Food
truck.
Best
Yeah.
chicken tenders I've
Fire.
ever had for $15, nigga.
Them chicken tenders did look kind of.
They were legit. Like it was
Yeah.
honestly the best chicken tenders I've ever had.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No, I swear, I promise
They
you.
did
I don't
look good.
doubt that.
I'm not
Those
gonna lie. I
shits
didn't try them, but they
were
look good as hell.
crazy.
Though.
I am a finger food connoisseur, nigga. I'm telling you.
No, don't stop. He has a 9-year-old palate, people. This nigga is not.
Yeah. So I should fucking know, nigga. I'm telling you that you can't get better chicken tenders.
Okay.
Come
okay.
on.
What's their
man.
name again?
Hole in
Hole
the
in the
wall.
wall.
Hole in the wall.
yeah.
And it was a
Chicken
food
tenders.
truck. So
Chicken
I'm sure they're in Atlanta and they be all around. But
Y'all
look
probably
the-
heard of
Yeah,
them. The
look
wings
them
were
up on
good.
Instagram so you can
Wings were
see where
fire.
they be at.
Big shout out to Pretty V. Is that her name?
Pretty
Yeah.
V was one of
She
those.
with like she deserves an award, like at
No,
least sixth
yes.
man of the year or something.
No question.
'Cause,
No,
like,
no. Hey, okay. So like out of the host, let's just talk about the lineup of the actual event. So the host was B-Dot and Pretty V.
Shout out them niggas.
I mean, B-Dot didn't need to be there because Pretty V was going so crazy.
Don't say that.
All right, maybe didn't not need to be there, but
It's like-
she outshined him. It wasn't even close. It was
It was almost like it's a
Please
vibe.
tell me.
It's like a vibe thing. Like she was the main one riffing, but like him being there was like a good support system.
It's a balance in that. Because
Yeah.
like we might not get that energy from her if she doesn't have him to bounce off of.
Exactly.
Even though he's not necessarily lobbing her up for things, but still, it's just like it's a comfortability.
But I get
you
what-
man that
I
side of
saw
the
her.
stage.
I saw her cover all ranges of entertainment.
She did.
She did.
She's an entertainer.
So-
She's
So
not no
that's-
slouch. She's not no slouch.
Far
But
from a
B Dot
slouch, yeah.
isn't either.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But
ass.
it's two different type of styles. Like
Right, it
Pretty
just-
V is like
His performance was forgettable though. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say forgettable though.
But it's one of them things
I
where
would.
if you have someone else who's outshining as much, it makes it seem not as much. Like if he was by himself-
especially when Pretty V is like twerking, she's telling jokes like,
Right.
Like
nigga.
she's a one man show, nigga.
And I guess I'm only proving your point, but B Dot isn't bad. B Dot isn't bad. But Pretty V was like
She went crazy.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal, bro. She killed it.
outside of 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃 and like the main.
Well, yeah. So the way the lineup went, I mean, the schedule is still on the website. So the show opened. Poor Minds was the opener. I think they should have went a little bit later. You know what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
Like,
I agree with that.
even though I don't know. I mean, I guess they're like new. You kind of. I don't know how they picked the lineup. Obviously, well, they picked the lineup correctly in terms of like the closers were the biggest two names. You know,
And best.
and the best. They had the best live part. I never been to a live podcast. I never been to a podcast festival either.
Yeah.
So it was also kind of.
Oh.
Is this the only podcast festival?
So yeah, and that was another big thing. This I can speak for everybody. This is our first podcast festival we've been
Yeah.
to.
For
right?
sure, no
For
question.
And this is the only podcast festival, so it's a lot of different caveats.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
And it's
judging.
the second.
and it was a second. So I wasn't judging, but I was like, being aware of like, all right, like what's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
And like just pointing shit out like, all right, I can't hear shit back here.
Well, yeah, it's interesting too because it's like you hear podcast festival. I think they have like podcast conferences.
But it ain't no like festival.
But that's not a festival. Festival, it's like
you have
I should view it as a music festival. I'm about to just watch a live podcast of a live podcast of a live podcast. You know what I mean? So that's how I was. It took me like a second to adjust because I'd never been to one, but it was done pretty well. So everybody was doing a live show. At least the people who have podcasts were doing a live show. And then what they had sandwiched in between them would be like panels. So like Poor Minds opened it up. And then in between them and the Baller Alert show, they had the Podcasting 102 Money and Marketing panel.
Yeah, it was the perfect merge of a seminar and a live festival because it's like, and I think I like Poor Minds going up first because you got to keep people entertained and then bore them and then entertain them again. You get what I'm saying?
Don't say Baller Alert was ass.
It's a certain flow. You know what I mean? Like you got to retain. You got to retain retention.
We'll talk about it. They were terrible.
I was really talking about Debbie Brown.
I was gonna say he was so.
Nah, you don't like the spiritual girl?
It's hard to have mass meditations, man.
Well, yeah, okay. So let's start with Poor Minds. Let's start with Poor Minds.
Poor Minds, I did
strong opening. And I think they were
strong
good.
Opening.
Strong opening.
Very necessary.
Very necessary to have a strong opening and off the back of Pretty V and B. Introduction as well.
Lighting the stage on fire.
Podcasting 102 Money and Marketing. Is that the one where Damon John came out?
The black dude from Shark Tank.
So they were the niggas was outside.
I think he might be the richest person I've ever heard speak.
Yeah. So like number one, like the list of people that were there. It was them niggas was outside,
and I didn't know it was going to be some black all stars. Like
I didn't either.
Shout out to what's his name, John V. Henry. Like he had some historical ass name. That's his name.
I guess so, but I was really wanting to shout out the other black all-star, Pimpin' Ken, who just so happy to be in attendance.
Yeah. We took a picture with Pimpin' Ken. That's really for some melodrama. We saw Pimpin' Ken. We saw some Pimpin'.
The fanning out in his voice is what happened in real life, though. I'm not gonna lie. She was amazing.
Yeah, we was both.
But I'm not gonna lie though. Because it wasn't just Pimpin' Ken. He was with two other pimps.
So real quick,
they looked official. I didn't know them.
So real quick, those were his like pimp friends, but also elders. Like one was his friend, but another one was like his OG. So it was like some real
we saw
pimping in
pimp
there.
lineage.
No, because them pimps, they held a certain aura in that crowd, nigga, where it was like they didn't need to be on VIP. Like
they didn't have to. They are VIP.
They are.
They were the only niggas with like at least 2 meters of separation from everybody else.
Yes,
there was never a moment where they were shoulder to shoulder with somebody.
Except for when we went up trying to get a picture.
Exactly.
he almost had to remind me, like, yo, pimping non-contact, nigga.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
But
pimping ain't with no words with us.
Goddamn, shout out to Pimpin' Ken.
Yeah. Shout out to Pimpin' Ken. Shout out to all the pimps that was there because it was a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead.
And talk about what money things you learned from these Black All Stars. Did you learn anything valuable from the money learning?
No, I didn't learn nothing valuable from Podcasting 102 Money and Marketing. I didn't learn anything from. The most I didn't just because it was like softball questions. It was really. It's really like
it's on the Q&A dude. It's kind of on him to steer it the right direction.
It's on them. You know what I'm saying? Because this wasn't a thing where they had a mic in the crowd or anything, right? To where you can ask questions.
Right.
So it's like, even if there was, I don't think I would have asked any questions. Just because I kind of wanted to just see what they were going to be presenting.
But you're also a bad example. Like, it's probably no need.
I'm a bad example too because I don't need level 1 and 2 information. I need 3 and 4.
That.
Which is something to speak on. Is that a lot of podcasts are on that first couple of steps.
Exactly. So for me, I didn't learn nothing. For somebody who's in their first year or starting, yes, there's something to be learned probably 100%.
And I will say, like, I didn't learn anything from that, but when Wallow was speaking, and like we'll talk about that. I learned more from that little sermon
for sure
than I did from like the Money Learning 101, which is crazy. But
100%.
But shout out to the Black All Stars. They did their thing though.
Yeah. So then after that, the Baller Alert show came out, and their special guest was T.I. And it was funny because our escort that was with us, we were like, "Is that T.I.?" And he said, "That's the king." I said,
yeah. Oh,
I said, "What?"
I did hear that nigga say that shit.
That's the king.
Yeah, he said that's the king.
That's what happens when the local legend still has respect. Jermaine.
Yeah.
You lost yours, nigga.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even pick you up at Lifetime. I swear to God.
Yeah, bro. So the Baller Alert show came out, and
who Have you heard of them before?
No. I mean, I heard of them because I did my research on like them. I did my research on all the podcasts before we went down there. Like because they're all linked to this thing. So
And
the Baller Alert Show was a pop. This is what's linked to their iHeart page. Pop culture, hot gossip, fresh perspectives, and belly laughs are all on the tap for the Baller Alert Show. The latest innovation from the mega successful Baller Alert brand, the Baller Alert Show, is hosted by hot party host / broadcasting personalities Ferrari Simmons, TV personality you know from BT, and produced by multimedia super producer Octavia March. This dynamic dream team's high energy interplay will have viewers engaged from start to finish.
I was about to say, I don't even think you got to finish reading that shit, nigga.
Nigga, I was holding my breath the whole time. That shit is long. That shit is as boring as what I saw.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
So when they went on, I was like midway through my cup. We shout out to AJ. He had bought us some potion.
Nigga, yeah.
Which it was good.
Nigga, we got a little tipsy.
You got a little too lit.
No, I didn't get
too
lit.
You got overzealous and you started hating on everything.
I didn't start hating.
Start talking about the audio in the background and shit.
Like what I'm doing right now. But this is what I'm saying. Like
you gotta double down.
Look, man, them niggas was like, I was irritated.
Yeah.
But it was because it's like, not only were they bad, but they went out on stage and basically was like, so what we're gonna talk about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that was the energy.
Bro, they had no plan.
They had no plan.
No plan.
But the only plan they had was that T.I. was going to show up in 11 minutes.
The fucking day.
And so all they had to do was wait until he finished smoking that joint.
That's true.
That's
and
just
you know
like,
what's crazy, dog? Is like they fucked us up because I watched some of their clips on YouTube, and even though this whole description shit says that, all the clips that I saw on YouTube, they were just talking about relationships. And that's what they did on stage. But it was even more it fucked me up even more because these niggas came out with high energy,
bro,
right? They came out with so much energy.
Crowd control and
we were
everything.
all we were like, oh, these niggas are lit.
Yeah.
There's people here for them.
No,
or
but
They
came
didn't
out-
realize that they were emptying out the clip way too early.
Yeah, they were.
No, I did. They came out with confidence.
That's what it was.
I felt the confidence.
I did too,
But
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
I was still like,
But nigga, after the DJ stopped spinning the record and then they took their seats.
it was like, oh shit.
And then reality sits in.
They asked one question and it didn't.
It got-
didn't get a good response.
Literally
It
the
got
first
quiet
question.
as fuck.
The first question they
Remember
asked.
what it was?
What's that couple? What's like the new couple that's in? What did they ask?
Oh, Drewski and Ruby Rose.
Drewski and Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
And then they just
So-
looked at us.
Y'all think this is a real thing or not?
So
Yeah, that was
instantly,
crazy.
as somebody who, I take this serious, especially if Charlamagne gave me the opportunity,
Yeah.
nigga, to talk on the Black Effect, I'm gonna have some shit planned out, and it's just gonna be more interesting. But I didn't find the host pleasant, pleasant for her at all. Like it was just like whatever.
Yeah, they confused me because they came out hot with all their crowd control, and then they asked how many of y'all listen to the Ball Alert Show, and it got less quiet. I was like,
yo,
that was
kinda-
kinda-
But that could fuck with your ego.
it could.
It's
It
like,
could.
ooh.
That was kind of
that's-
crazy.
it was
They
kinda
did-
crazy.
That
probably
was
was
kind of
like-
crazy.
But that's another thing. Like, what type of question is that? Like, what is the equivalent to that of like a rapper doing on stage?
Y'all
You know
listen
what
to
I mean?
my last album?
Like
Yeah,
some
pretty
amateur
much.
shit. It's just like
Yeah.
like you're a novice.
How y'all feel about that last? Yeah, nah. It's
Yeah,
just
it was
don't
bad.
put us in the position to be forced to like you just because that's a nice thing
or
to
forced
do.
to act like we know you.
And
Right.
But that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
because that's
yeah.
just like the normal pleasantry that you would
Because-
give. Like, all right, let me, yeah, we liked it, but
And
I
it's-
didn't mean that shit.
And it's
Yeah.
like a smack in the face, like, dog, we get it. You know Charlamagne, you're on the festival. Who cares who
You're on
listens
Black
to
Effect.
you?
You're on
Who
the Black
cares?
Effect Effect.
And
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
the
right.
question is no. So
Right,
please
right.
entertain me, my nigga.
Right, yeah, literally.
For real.
Yo, for real though.
But like, I didn't
So then after that,
enjoy them niggas.
it was they rolled right into another podcast, which is Deeply Well with Debbie Brown. Now, I will say that I don't think Debbie Brown's podcast is bad. I know it's not a podcast I would listen to, but the energy really, cause she's so calm and zen. You know what I'm saying?
That's who opens. That's who opens.
That's
if
true.
we
why
gotta
I
do
was trying
something
to-
like
That's
that.
true. That her and Poor Minds switch, but she has a bigger name than Poor Minds, so it's disrespectful to put her at the top.
They need
But you see too much ego. You got to understand what your product does to the overall service. This is not about you. This is about
no, I feel that.
it's
I feel
about
that.
the
Go
flow
ahead.
of the event.
That's
So
true.
give us the spirituality and then give us the skankiness.
What I think would have worked out 100% the best is so the guys from Earth Gang, they do a yoga event every year at Dreamville. And it's like hers is like really on some Zen shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, if she had some, I don't know if she does yoga. Honestly, I'm just like throwing this out there.
I think she would have to keep the brand up.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like if she doesn't
Goes
do
hand-
yoga,
it goes hand in
it's-
hand
like,
type shit.
If she don't use
yoga, she's
And
a
nigga,
fraud.
at least Pilates.
Yeah, if
Something.
she's not doing yoga and has a crystal in her car, I don't
I don't
know.
even believe what you're doing. Yeah,
I don't believe
yeah.
none of this
Yeah.
pimping. You know what I'm saying?
Take out the lineup. She's not even black now.
But I think it would have been dope as hell if she had like the weather was really perfect. If she had some sort of like outdoor
Something
thing,
set up for
something
her.
like that.
Nigga, the
And
outside
that's
was
the
like
thing.
damn near a sandy consistency on the
It
ground.
was
Like,
too.
it's
It
kind
could
of
have
perfect.
been a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have had a whole Zen garden set up low key.
Literally.
In that middle area. Yeah,
that should be hard.
That would have been dope. But yeah, so it's like I don't really have to. It's just the energy is completely different. You know, like if you're a deeply well fan, I think you enjoyed her set. It's not a podcast I listen to, or it's not a podcast I would listen to, or any of us at the end of the day.
And it doesn't feel like
I
one-
can't really
my fault.
judge it whether it was good or bad because it's just not something I would be buying into on a regular basis.
It's hard to turn something that calm into a live experience.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
nah,
Yeah.
and like when it wasn't the best thing for her. You know what I mean? Like,
It's hard for that to be the thing you're introduced to somebody. Like if I'm going to a
Especially-
podcast fest to be introduced to that, I might have to find out if I'm looking for meditation on my phone.
and it's not even
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
It's just back
There's
to
a
back.
bar right
the
behind
first
us.
the first person was Poor Minds. The second person was like Baller Alert,
Yeah,
and they
it
were
was.
both on the same like type of degeneracy type of vibe. And so she came out. Basically, she came out. Hey everybody! Like butterflies just
sounded
started.
so peaceful, too.
Pigeons
Yeah.
was flying and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Flowers was,
It was a
doves.
vibe.
No,
It was
doves.
Doves. It was
Yeah.
slow motion.
It was a vibe for sure.
Hey everybody, beautiful souls. Can everybody breathe?
yeah.
Niggas was like, what's fucking wrong with this bitch? Right? Niggas started talking. So
Yeah.
John Henry came out and was like, hey, like, y'all didn't hear this black woman? Everybody breathe.
Is that what happened? I missed that.
You didn't
Literally, so
Yeah.
her soft approach wasn't working. It wasn't landing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it pissed
damn.
off what was his name?
John
It
Henry.
pissed off John Henry. So he was like, oh, no. We getting spiritual today.
Oh, shit.
All y'all in the back.
Damn, I
Similar.
missed that.
He was like,
Yeah.
can everybody in the back please
Shut the-
be quiet?
Yeah.
Oh,
we need a
shit.
moment. And
Oh,
you-
damn. Yeah.
Don't force me to be peaceful.
And it was
That's
one
just gonna irritate me.
and
That's just it's
and
the theme of this don't force me to do shit.
and what type of dichotomy
Imagine a nigga shh. Like, nah, nigga, you pissing me off.
and it's like, what type of dichotomy is that? It's like, I'm trying to be peaceful, but I got this nigga yelling at me to be peaceful.
Yeah.
And it just
Nah, he
wasn't.
gotta calm down.
Yeah, but to y'all point, she should have went first, or like they should have got another person.
Or just had like a different setting for her.
a dedicated space for her.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Because I think it would have been a vibe,
feel
too,
that.
especially if it was on some intermission shit.
It would have been fire.
Like
That'd have been fire.
smacking her right in the middle of intermission where if y'all want to go drink, y'all go drink, but we gonna
what if-
reset the energy in this entire place.
But what if she-
That would have been fire.
Let her
Having
get
her,
it.
having her right there, smack dab in the middle to really zen it out real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Have some people in some togas with sage running around
Yeah, or
and shit.
something
Really,
like that.
really
Yeah.
set the scene and the mood. Get
That'd
us
have been
in-
fire.
Don't
yeah.
yell at me.
But she's bigger than Poor Minds,
Yeah, Debbie Brown's been around for a while.
and that's what,
Yeah.
like that's
Spirit-
like putting somebody like, nah, man, she couldn't have gone before Poor Minds.
Why not?
She couldn't have.
It just would have been wrong.
It would have been
That's like-
disrespectful.
That's like
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi coming out to Travis Scott, or like I can't even think of an example, but like
I don't know. I feel
or-
like when you part of an ensemble, it's like you gotta, especially an ensemble like that, where it's we mixing information with entertainment. Like there's a certain flow to this. Like you kind of gotta fit in where you fit in this,
but it's also
where it makes sense.
Yeah, but at the top is not.
Just
No. The top. When you reach a
So-
certain status and you tell me
Nah,
I'm number,
it's
that's
disrespectful.
like when niggas get booked for these festivals and their name isn't the big name and they one of them little
Nigga-
names at the bottom. They be like, nigga, I'm not coming now.
Jay Z
Like,
not even
it's a little
opening up.
different.
Jay Z
Yeah.
not even opening up for Beyonce. Like,
Yeah.
let alone
No,
anybody else.
it's the same thing because you got to remember this is a podcast festival, so we got to frame it
Like
as,
music.
Yeah, like a music
And that's
festival.
that's like literally the
Yeah.
perfect comparison
Yeah.
because it is the same thing. Like
It's the same
imagine
thing.
like who's a headliner at the Chicago Fest at the Lyrical Lemonade shit.
let's just say it'd be
like
Chance
who-
the Rapper.
Yeah, like and who would be that's like his brother
That's like Kanye opening for Chance. The fuck are we
or
doing?
his you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, literally.
It's just retired.
All right, Black Tech Green Money. It got real techie. And this is also a podcast that I probably wouldn't listen to because that level of tech I'm not interested in. So, do y'all even remember it?
Yeah. Do you want to know what's funny? They had, out of like the two main like niggas, Gillian Wallow and Horrible Decisions, they had the most crowd feedback.
Okay.
So, because like when we were outside, I was just listening to niggas asking them questions. So it's like, how do I teach, my kid about AI and
niggas were buying into it.
They had the most crowd
I did hear
interaction.
that. Yeah, most crowd participation. And
but
stuff.
yeah, I would never.
But we were also floating in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like we would leave, get smoke, get something to eat,
but chill. Like we said, it was speakers outside the venue too,
which was you can hear
which was
everything.
the perfect thing they could have done.
Yeah, because you heard everything the entire time.
But I didn't learn much from them. Did y'all?
I did not. I just tuned it out. I wasn't listening. And I don't know, like I don't want to hear what the fuck you have to say. Not on no like disrespectful level, but I just wasn't listening.
I was just about to say, I don't think anybody gave them a honest shot.
None of our crew did.
None of our crew.
Yeah,
we didn't give them an honest shot
for sure. So it's like I can't. There's only so much I can say. I don't know there's nothing I can say honestly. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say I hate black nerds, nigga. I'm not trying to listen. But nah, shout out to them though.
The content authenticity and brand partnership panel. That was next. That was a good panel. That had
it had John. Nah,
it had Mandy on it. It had fuck. Let me just look at my pictures on my phone because I can't even remember it. That was a good panel though because they were covering some shit in that one. Like there was definitely like in terms of like education and that when I was listening, I was like, oh, they're cooking. And the lineup they had, the lineup was a lot of like, I'm saying senior people, not disrespectfully, but they were like older people that are really important and have high positions.
So just vets.
Senior people.
Vets. Yeah. But I just don't know who they are. But all their titles were fucking crazy high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they were actually dropping some decent game for sure. And it was a good balance because it was an older generation of media and content branding and authenticity, and the younger generation was represented by like people like Mandy. So that was good. I'm gonna hit the bell actually because I want to go over to. I'm gonna make Gilly Wallow and Horrible Decisions their own segment.
I was about to say, yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wallow.
All right.